Oh, you started recording. Okay, sorry.
Hey, everybody. I'd like to welcome you guys to our podcast. My name is Aaron Lessman. You can find me Xbox Live all day long, ASAP269. You can find me on Twitch, alessman1987. Well, look me up, add me, subscribe. Once again, this is our second podcast. I'm here with my man Josh Vanover. Gonna let him throw his little name out here. Go for it. Go for it.
My name is Josh Vanover, and we're doing this podcast because we grew up together. We like a lot of shit, but we also disagree a lot. You can watch this and enjoy it, or you can watch this and talk shit. That's perfectly fine. Let us know.
That's what we're looking for, both sides.
My name is Josh Vanover, and I run Twitch at Genghis Khan, that's it, not .com. You can find me at YouTube at Genghis Khan, Twitter at Genghis Khan, TikTok at Genghis Khan, GenghishKohn. Everything will be linked underneath this video. Don't worry about that. But come in, check us out. Let us know what you think. If you think we're a piece of shit, please let us know. We're open. So on this video right here on this podcast, we have been strictly talking about Xbox Series X, but we are going to go ahead and...
Yeah, we're going to open up with some new things here. First thing I want to talk about, and I'm looking down right now, guys. Sorry, looking at my phone, looking up.
Yeah, I'm sure you're looking at the notes, but it's all good.
Looking at my notes, guys. Sorry, checking it out. But right now,
I just want to let you guys know it is 11 o'clock right now. We're super deep in the day.
I work first shift, so yeah.
So overlook all the bullshit. Just enjoy the real controversy here.
Anyway, right now I'm looking up the subject of Stephanie McMahon just sold
a bunch
of
1%.
stock.
I think it was 1% of WWE.
Okay. Here we go. Stephanie McMahon sells a portion of her WWE stock. An SEC filing revealed WWE Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon sold off 57,573 shares of her Class A common stock in the company.
Now listen, that sounds like a lot, but I just want to let you know I went over the pie graph. Stephanie McMahon still owns a good percent of WWE.
Vince McMahon still owns most of it too.
Along with Triple H, Vince McMahon owns 49%, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you're right.
And him and his wife own 3%, and his wife owns 1%, so that still keeps them over top of the WWE.
Yeah.
They get to make all the decisions. But I didn't know how many people own stock in WWE. That's one thing I was curious about. So go ahead.
They were priced at $39.18, so she made $2.3 million off the deal. So not a bad little come up.
She come off. She probably, it looks to me like she owned about 3% of WWE, which is more than Shane McMahon, but way less than Vince McMahon. But she sold off like 1.25%. It looked like to me when I was looking, and she still made that much money. So to me, it looks like WWE is at the top of their game. Honestly, I think the 90s was the top of their game. Don't get me wrong, but money-wise and business-wise,
oh yeah, they're making definitely plenty of money still for sure. But let me tell you, they are taking a major hit with this no live attendance. Think about that though.
They are with the no live attendance. It's been a little low, but they honestly held on to the last minute. Okay. To me, I didn't even think that Triple H would own a percentage. Okay. I thought he owned a couple shares. Now, 1% sounds like not a lot, right? Out of 100%, 1% sounds like nothing. But 1% in WWE is guaranteed over $2 million.
Okay.
Because, as he said, she sold a percentage and made how much?
$2.3 million for 57,573 stocks.
Now, like I said, she owned 3%. She's down to 1.5 or 1.4%. So, I mean, she made a pretty good lick on letting 1% go.
Do you think, but let me ask you this. Do you think it's a sell before a plummet in the company?
Well, here's the thing, all right? What I looked at after I read this this, I don't know what to call it. You sent it to me. It was a link. It was on a web page. I went through it. I read everything. But then I looked up other stats, okay? And to me, it looks like up until now, until 5 years ago, Vince McMahon sold a percentage of WWE. And it was the first percentage that he had let out, okay? He doesn't normally sell anything in WWE because that's his baby. He believes in it. I feel like I don't feel like it's a complete dump because if she felt like something was going to happen, if anyone would know, it was Stephanie McMahon.
For
Okay.
sure.
Her father would definitely let her know if shit was going downhill. I feel like it was just a time in her life where she needed some money to do some shit. And what is she doing? She makes enough money during the year. I'm sure she gets millions of dollars for being on WWE. Whatever
Oh
she,
yeah, fuck yeah, she does.
for
Oh my
sure.
god.
Her and Triple H both.
Hold on, let me look it up right now. But right now I got something pulled up. The WWE net worth as of 2020, the net worth of WWE is listed as 5.71 billion.
That's what it's worth altogether.
Yeah, despite viewership hiccups, WWE has been doing mighty fine in the revenue department.
Well, here's the thing. WWE is a monopoly. There is no other wrestling game. I don't care if you like AEW, okay? It's pretty cool. I watch it sometimes. It's all right, but it's nothing compared to the stacked house of WWE. They have rode the wrestling fucking ring for the last, what, 20 years, 30 years. They have been the man. Vince McMahon has rode them into no worries.
They bought, what was it? They bought WCW in
WCW
2002.
2002.
So for 18 years, they have been just
the only.
Well, not the only. Okay, TNA had a good run. Don't get me wrong. TNA had some good people and had a good run.
Right, they did. But what they had were legends, and those legends wanted all the time on television. So the new guys that were moving up, it was the same way in the 90s when Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, God forbid, talk about him. Those guys were moving up. At that time, who was it? It wasn't TNA. It was, what was the other group that they were in before WCW? I know it, but I can't think of it. Eddie Guerrero.
No,
Chris
they
Benoit.
They were in WCW. They all started out they were in WCW.
WCW played them way down. They wouldn't give them the credit that they needed.
And Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, and Dean Malenko all left to WWF at the same time.
Okay, so it's the same thing that happened when AEW. God, I'm sorry. When AEW come in, I feel like it was the same thing as when they moved into WWF from WCW.
Yeah.
I feel like they got good legends. They had good people. It looked great. Don't get me wrong. But they're a new baby.
It's just a bunch of AEW is thriving off from taking people after they leave WWE, and that's they're running off that. And AEW made all these promises to bring something new to the wrestling world, and it's nothing new. It's the same old bullshit.
Unfortunately, listen, me and Aaron both watched AEW from the beginning. We wanted it to be this greatness. I lost you somewhere.
Uh-oh.
It says you're still recording, but I don't see you.
I'm having just...
It's all right. We'll cut through the middle of it. Tell me when you get it back, okay? I thought it was my fault because I clicked on something. I'm still here. Give us just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
There you are. Okay. Put the background in.
Here we go, guys. And I'm sorry about that. Fixing some technical difficulties. I don't know what's...
Listen, it happens, man. We're low budget. We're not trying to act like we're Joe Rogan, okay?
We're definitely low budget. And I got a janky camera right now that I'm working on fixing. I think something's wrong with the cord because it keeps cutting out on me.
So listen, hate on us, bro. Message us. Let us know. Hey, you're shitty for letting the camera
Yeah,
cut out. You know, we
yeah.
want to hear it, bro.
But back
We're not
into
like
it.
everyone else, but back into AEW,
Yeah,
okay?
we're back into it. We were on the hype train for AEW
Definitely, bro.
when they
We
announced
watched
it.
the first 6 months of AEW religiously. We
Yeah,
thought it was going to
when
be
you had to
amazing.
watch everything on YouTube, and then you had to. Okay, don't get me wrong. I didn't pay any money for them pay
Oh,
per view.
hell no.
They were like, come on now, I'm not gonna pay
I'm
60.
not paying for a pay-per-view on WWE, and
Let
they have
alone.
presented themselves as the best wrestling unit for the last 10 years. I'm not going to pay $60 for an AEW pay-per-view when I don't know what's going to happen. Now, some of those
Oh shit! Hey,
pay-per-views,
hey, 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 hey! We're not recording anymore.
yeah, we are. It says on
Are
my
we?
side.
Okay,
Here
I'm
it is.
sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Um. So
I'm not
yeah.
going to pay for something, especially if I don't know it's going to be great. $60? $60. Come on. You know what I can get for $60? I'm not going to pay for an AEW pay per view. Give me a break. And it's not because of my love for WWE, because my love for WWE died when it turned from WWF. Now, listen, I watched very closely for a long time. Me and Aaron both watched everything on WWF Network. All right. But mostly
Yes.
in the old school 90s era wrestling.
Hours and hours. And trust me, I went back and I found my funnest time on WWE Network was going back in time and finding some hidden gems, man.
Right, some hidden gems from back when we never could see it on television. And I'm talking about you're looking at two guys that watched whatever wrestling showed up on TV.
Dude,
TNA,
we used to walk to
WWE.
the little video store down the street from us because they rented
Yeah.
out free wrestling
Right.
videos.
You could walk in the snow to get to Video Hits Plus. It was about 45 minutes away from our house. And we would walk at 15, 16 years old to go to Video Hits Plus to rent 3 free wrestling videos. I mean, dude, I remember WWE 3 with what's the I don't want to be racist or anything, but what's the Indian guy's name? I always forget. Tatanka?
Tatanka, yeah.
Dude, I remember WWE or WWF 3 WrestleMania with Tatanka. It was outside. It was
Yeah.
the best WrestleMania
Was
I've
that
ever
three?
watched on
Was that
VHS.
three?
I think it's 3. Maybe it was 5.
I think
Listen,
five. We're looking at five. Five was the one outside
it's
at
been a
Caesar's
long time
Palace.
ago. Right. 5 was Caesar's Palace, right? Yeah,
Or
listen,
was it
like I
Trump
said,
Plaza?
no, it was Caesar's Palace. Don't take everything from word because listen, I'm not looking shit up on the internet.
Okay, hold
I'm
on,
trying to
guys.
remember
I'm
from
our
the
fact
strength.
checker here, so I'm looking right now.
Aaron's gonna check it out, but I'm telling you, it was
Out
between 3 and 5, and
doors
Tatanka was in it. I loved that WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. Which WrestleMania? The event took place. That was WrestleMania 9. We were both
9?
wrong. Holy crap! WrestleMania
But
9.
was it at Caesar's Palace?
1993. The event took place at Caesar's Palace in Paradise, Nevada on April 4th, 1993, and was the first WrestleMania
Listen,
event held outdoors.
that's the thing I'm talking about right now. Okay, just like that. Listen, I said 5, 3, 9 is what it really was. If you know what's going on and I don't, please tell me. Because I'm
Rest-
like I said, I'm just going from memory, and my memory is not great.
WrestleMania 3, if I'm not mistaken, was where Hogan slammed Andre.
I thought that was WrestleMania 2, but I could be wrong.
That was two. Okay, hold on. WrestleMania 3. Let's see. Hogan wrestled. The main feud stemmed from Andre.
Yeah, it was
Hogan and
WrestleMania.
Andre. Hogan and Andre were WrestleMania 3, and that
I
was
thought
at.
Hogan and Andre was WrestleMania 2, and they come back on
No,
WrestleMania 3.
it was WrestleMania 3, and
Okay.
that it was at
Listen, it was 30 years ago, bro. That
It was the
happened
one.
before I could
WrestleMania.
ever
Okay,
watch TV.
WrestleMania 3 is the one where Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man took the limelight. Their match was better than any of the other matches. They fucking had a
Oh
hell
my
of a match.
God.
Man, that match between Ricky the
Let me
Dragon
tell
and
you
Macho
what, bro.
Man.
Since we're on wrestling and Macho Man and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Macho Man is my hero. So I don't care what anyone else thinks. You can tell me I'm wrong, but Macho Man was the greatest wrestler ever. All right. He lived his
That's a
character.
respectable choice. My favorite wrestler ever is Sting. To this day, it's
Sting's a
Sting.
good
Sting was a
wrestler.
good
Listen,
guy, and
Sting fought NWO till the end because he didn't want to be a sellout. I believe in Sting.
I
Sting's a great
really
dude.
wish, yes, and I really wish he would. Okay. Back to what you said about that. He did sort of sell out. I don't know why he went to the Wolfpack, but
I'll
he
tell
did
you
become
why he
part of
went
the
to the
Wolfpack for a
Wolfpack,
little bit.
because WCW wasn't putting anything on other than the Wolfpack. NWO took over and it overrided everyone that was good that wasn't an NWO. If you didn't like NWO, well, you're fucked because they're not showing anybody that you
Yeah, they're
like.
taking it over. Yeah, NWO kind of got out of hand, and that's what pretty much in the end it started making WCW so dry, and then you
Right.
switch over to
Even
WWE.
listen, even at the very end when WWF bought WCW, the very last show, even then they still tried to show out NWO. They
Yeah,
wanted to NWO to live on through WCW. I mean through WWF. And WWF tried. They wanted to keep that hype rolling, but honestly, WWF had burned out years before WWF ever bought into or WCW. I hate to break it to people, but when there was 50 plus people in NWO, when anyone that walked to the ring was NWO and WCW, the match was not worth watching because they were defeating anyone, which is exactly why Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko. That's why they left because
yeah,
WCW would not give them the opportunity to be the great wrestlers that they were in WWF.
that's
And they
because
were just as good in WCW.
WCW became a joke. Everybody had to be part of a faction. You had what, the Ravens flock, NWO white and black, NWO red and
Red and
black.
black.
You had just regular at WCW, and then you had
Right. But
LWO. You had
the major problem with that was everyone, the main 4 or 5 people that were in NWO actually ran WCW. A lot of people don't know this. I know we do because we've watched a ton of backstage shit. But Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, they ran WCW. There was no matches that didn't go through because Kevin Nash said so.
yeah, they had creative control, and that's what destroyed WCW.
Right.
Because
They should have
if
never
they
put
didn't
that in
want
the
to do it, they
contract.
didn't do it.
Right. If it was a match between, look at the match between Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan at the end. When Kevin Nash pushed him with one finger and
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan hit the floor,
I hated that.
that was the end. Like we knew creative control was over. And if you didn't watch WWF at that point, you were watching NWO bullshit. And listen, you're looking at a guy who loved NWO. I
Right.
thought they were great.
It
But
was
my
so cool
problem
when it first
was,
started, but
right,
they beat it to death with a stick.
they would not let it go. They hounded it. They hounded
God,
it.
yeah, did they
And
ever?
I'm sure WWF worried about it. I'm sure they hated it, but at the same time, Vince McMahon, the genius that he is, even to this day, even though the things that he's thinking, the plays that he plays are not the best plays, but he is wrestling. Listen, when I guarantee you, when Vince McMahon passes away, wrestling will never be anything that it ever was.
You're right.
And and when Vince McMahon passes away, I don't care if it's 100 years from
It's
now,
so
300
it's
years
never
from
gonna be the
now.
same.
Never. He will be
Never.
remembered like George
Oh,
Washington,
the
Kennedy, anybody, because he created
Vince
wrestling.
McMahon is literally the god of wrestling. God.
Right. And he might be fucking up right now. Like they might have shitty shows right now, but you got to remember from the 90s till 2004, 2005, Vince McMahon was a genius. He ran everything perfect. I'll tell you what destroyed wrestling. Are you ready? I'll give you
Yeah.
guys all the
Let's
biggest
hear it.
topic right now. Are you ready? The thing that destroyed wrestling all around. Are you ready? The
Let's hear it.
internet.
Ah, yeah. They couldn't. Everything was spoiled. Yeah, they can't surprise you with shit anymore because
Right.
it's
When I was a
always.
kid, bro, Undertaker, I really believed he was a fucking demon. Like I thought he was evil.
God, yeah,
come
it was
back to
so
life.
great. The
People
storylines were
killed him.
beat. Yeah, the storylines weren't beat to death by all the haters on the internet.
Right. And nowadays, I don't care what happens. Somebody's overturned it or talked shit about it within
Yeah,
30 minutes.
and the internet is toxic. People are gonna watch us and fucking ream us to death
And I
just
hope
because.
so.
Yeah, just because that's what they do, man. People are so critical these days about
And the
everything.
problem, let me tell you, Vince McMahon's biggest problem is he listens to those haters, bro. He takes all of that into accord, okay? And the thing is Vince McMahon is a wrestling genius. I'm not saying he's a fucking mathematician. I'm not saying he's the smartest guy on earth. I'm not saying he's smarter than Bill Gates. But when
He
it
just
comes to
did what.
wrestling,
Yeah,
dude,
he's smarter than everybody.
he was born into wrestling. He grew up in that genre, like he knew it.
Hmm.
And when the internet come around, if it wasn't for the internet, we would still have great characters in WWF. Awesome characters because you wouldn't know. You would think that's really listen, like I said, The Undertaker, uh, Big Bam Bigelow. Like I thought he was a fucking like the guy that come from prison. What was his name? The guy that escaped from prison, or Kane. Like those characters, I believed in so much when I was a kid, and now I don't care what character they come up with. You can look online, and it's bullshit. They'll destroy them in a minute, a hot minute. And when
Right.
I was a kid, dude, like I loved that aspect of it. Like I believed Yokozuna was a
Yeah.
huge, like
We believed he was Japanese.
yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, come on, he wasn't Japanese,
He's part of the
but
whole Samoan
when
family.
it was
Yeah.
going on, I thought he was the greatest fucking what's the term, the wrestling term he uses? He was a God, everybody's gonna talk shit about this, but I don't give a fuck. Um he was a come on, help me out here.
um.
Sumo wrestler.
Sumo. Yeah. Sumo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I thought he was the number one sumo wrestler in the world, and that's why Vince McMahon brought him in. Like
Hmm.
the giant.
They tried to
Okay.
push that off for
I'm
sure.
not talking about Andre the Giant. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
Giant.
you're talking
When
about.
the
Oh yeah,
Giant come in,
Paul White, Big
yeah, Paul
Show.
White, Big Show. I really thought when I was a kid that he was the Giant's son.
Yeah, remember they tried to push that on us? Yeah. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to the refinery here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, for this
Oh,
Venom OG Max pod here on my dab pen. Fucking
that
fire,
guy, man.
fire, man.
It's not legal in Kentucky, so I'm just.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan. He's in Kentucky. Two completely different things going on, man. You could go down the street to the old store and get some weed right out of it these days here.
You can go to the street and hit up the bootlegger if you want to.
You can go to jail for it down there still too. But anyway,
Right.
back
Okay.
to
So listen, we're gonna switch up right here from wrestling. Okay, we've been talking about wrestling, but I watched a video of the SSD from Xbox. Okay.
okay.
This thing, I swear to God, you see how big this is in my hand?
Mm-hmm.
The SSD for
It's
Xbox is about this size,
tiny.
maybe a little smaller. Okay. They want $220.
You see this? This is my little. Oh, there we go. This is
There you
my
go.
little Bluetooth thing, and it's damn just a little bit bigger than
A
that.
little bit bigger. Okay. Here's my problem. All right. I know I need it. I know I can't live without it. I gotta have it. But for one, it doesn't fit in the Xbox flush. It sticks out about a half an inch, maybe
I
an inch.
seen that. I seen that. Yeah, it sticks right out of it.
I don't like that. Okay.
You wanted it to be all flush.
Right. It needs to be flush. If I'm going to pay $220 for an SSD, I don't want it to stick out an inch from the back of my Xbox. All right. I've already paid $500 for my Xbox. Now I got to pay 200 and we're going to say 220, but by the time I order it or drive to go get it, taxes are going
240,
to hit me at
250.
250 if I'm unlucky. And you got to have it. Listen, when you download Cold War, it's going to be 200 gigabytes, if not more. I don't care who says anything. The first 3 games I buy for Xbox Series X are going to fill my 1 terabyte up.
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
what are we going to do? What are we going to do? by the
You're
next
right.
game. I got a ton of Xbox One games that'll play off HDD. They
I've
won't
done.
be what are
I've
they calling it? Quick change or whatever.
They will HDD will work quick change, but HDD will not play any of the ray tracing games. You're gonna have to transfer them off from your HDD onto your
Right.
SSD.
Okay, so what he's saying basically is if you don't have enough room on your internal storage, you can save it on your external 3.1 HDD, okay? But then you're going to have to reload it on your SSD and switch it out for another game so that you're able to play it. The HDD will hold a saved game, but it will not play a Series X game.
Nope.
And listen, I understand it's super fast. I understand everyone is going to love it. But what I don't understand is $220. Listen, at this cost, I could upgrade the hard drive in my PC and play everything that comes out on Xbox on my PC through Xbox Game Pass through PC. Windows 10. It'll work. I already have NVMe 4.0. That's what we're paying $200 for. Okay. But now here I am. I already invested $500 in an Xbox Series X. I believe in it. I love it. Okay. Fuck PS5. Okay.
Fuck it.
But
Yeah.
here I am. I'm going to be stuck 220 deep. Now I've got $800 in my PC or in my Xbox. Sorry, not in my PC.
I've already decided I'm gonna bite the bullet and put the $220 in. But
How
honestly,
could you not? What
I
are you going
think
to do? Play 3 games for the next 5 years until Seagate loses the fucking coverage? Because they stated, I read it. Listen, other companies will be making SSDs for Xbox. They could be bigger, they could be smaller. Okay. I don't know what they'll look like. I don't know if they'll fit flush or not, but I guarantee that they won't be priced any cheaper than $200. And I guarantee there's a 2-year plan with Seagate from Xbox
I think
Microsoft before
I think
anyone else can make it.
I think I'm at a point in life where I think I'm gonna sell or not sell, but buy a wireless headset before I go ahead and buy the memory card.
Can you
Cause
pause this?
what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, I would like to get a wireless headset. I'm tired of being tired. I got a tournament ready Astro A40 with the
Right.
mix amp and
We
everything.
both run the same mix amp.
And I'm tired of being tied down to the cord. It's a really great headset, sounds really amazing, goes really loud, but I'm tired of being tied down to the cord.
Right. I need some wireless shit.
I'm thinking, I have pretty much made up my mind. I'm gonna go SteelSeries Arctis 9X. It's gonna work on my Xbox. It's gonna
All
work on
right.
my
Now we've
PC.
been talking about this Steel Series. Okay. Me and you have been discussing this, and I understand and I agree the Steel Series is the way to go. But I honestly feel like in 6 months after Xbox Series X releases, that there will be a headset strictly for Xbox Series X.
That's crazy because I feel the same way. And I
And
agree. And you know already that there's going to be accessories popping out left and right coming
right,
up.
right. And here I am already like I want to change. I don't want to use my Astros anymore. I love my Astros, don't get me wrong. They sound amazing. The game is so loud I can't stand it sometimes. But being tied to this cord, and here I am. I'm wearing it right now because I have my headset in, all right? I can listen to all my PC noise. I can music, games, everything. I can stream to Aaron. I listen to my Xbox, but I'm so tired of being tied to this cord, man. When I get up and I have to turn around and go grab something, I need to be able to get up, man. I'm tired of putting this headset down on the desk and hope my wires don't get connected. Like,
All right. Josh here is gonna go to the bathroom on us for a second, but while
I
he's
got to
doing
piss,
that,
boys. Give me a second.
I'm gonna take a second and throw a video on here, and I'm gonna keep us rolling. Um, gonna put the old share screen up here, and what we're gonna look at here, we're gonna just watch a quick video of Dirt 5, a game that I've been thinking about really might have to pick it up. This guy, he's doing a rally cross on it right now. Oh, this is dirt. I'm sorry, guys. This is a World Series qualified for Dirt Rally 2.0. I would still like to watch this video. So this is a game this isn't the new game. It's a game that's been out, but they're having their tournament right now, which like all real fast. Watching this guy grow through. Look at him. He's doing pretty good, but I'd rather jump back here and
If you've been watching us for a few years, you probably know that we like to cut the current year in
Yeah.
half and look ahead. So, for
All right,
example,
sorry about that, guys.
these
We're
are the
looking
games
at a
we're
video
looking forward
here.
to the most. Now, also
20
just a quick
games coming
disclaimer,
out in the
certain
second
games
half of
you're not gonna see on this
2020.
list, stuff like
Okay,
Mario 22,
Can you pause this real
Push,
quick? I got
Super
something I
Vampire the
need to say.
I can pause it.
All right. So it's paused. Check it out. Here's my thing. All right. In the beginning of this, we did 2 or 3 podcasts before this come out, and we were hyping up Xbox Series X because of the games that we're releasing with it. Now that it has come to time and we're waiting on the Xbox Series X to come out after reserve, I'm looking at games and I'm really questioning. Like, do they have a good lineup?
It's very underwhelming right now, guys. Hold on, let me pop off my
Listen,
share screen so
And
I
I
come back up.
know in the beginning we were talking about how hyped we were for the games that we're releasing, okay? The games that we're releasing, I was so excited. But now that we
What's
have
releasing?
stayed the night and waited, we've paid. We're going to get the Xbox Series X on day 1.
You're
But,
asking yourself what's
I'm
releasing.
asking myself, what is actually coming out on day 1?
Cyber.
Because they've told us things were coming out and then they changed. They changed after release date. Now,
Hey,
am I mad at Xbox for that? I don't know. Let's go over the games that are actually coming out.
Yeah, okay. The games are coming out. We got, let's see here. We have, sharing my screen again. We're looking at,
Valhalla for sure.
okay, I got
The
a
future
video
of
popped
Xbox
here.
is upon us. The
28
Series X
upcoming
is their
Xbox
most
Series,
ambitious console to
Series
date.
X games
With
of
hardware
how
2020.
beautiful
powerful,
it is.
it offers a
Look
new
at that,
kind of
guys.
experience
That's
for
amazing
gamers.
looking.
Over
Up to
100 titles were
120
announced
frames
so
per
far,
second.
but What to
Let
Play
me turn
presents
this video
28
down just a
confirmed games
tad.
coming within the
Yeah.
launch window of the
There you
Xbox
go.
Series X and S,
There we go.
all arranged by release dates.
Here we
With
go.
Xbox
This
Game
video
Pass,
should help
anyone with
us
a
a little
machine
bit
under
because it's going to
Microsoft's
show us
modern
by
family of
release
systems
dates
will
and
be able to play
all
some of
that.
these titles for the price of one. For more
Right.
upcoming titles, visit our website,
And like Dick
whattoplay.com.
said, they do
Link in
have
the
that
description
stuff where you
box
can
below.
play the games on the
Be
phone.
sure
and
to
stuff.
like,
That's where
share, and
Xbox is
subscribe,
going to
and
kill
don't
it.
forget to hit the
This Game
notification
Pass is
bell.
where Xbox has a good stranglehold.
Marvel's
For sure.
Avengers.
Between
Boom.
mobile,
Ambitious
yeah, fuck
superhero
this
console,
game. I
this is
played
the
it.
most well-received game this year. It
No.
does have its moments,
Yeah,
though, if
between
players are
mobile
into the
and
whole
PC
looter brawler
and
genre.
Microsoft
Although a
is doing
slew
the
of
same
new
thing.
content
Can
will
you
be
pause
open
this for a
fans
second?
who
Let
want
me
to play.
tell you something.
And this
Go for it.
A lot of people that I've talked to in my Discord, I'm in Unwanted Tribe. If you're not in Unwanted Tribe, check it out. They will help you on Twitch. They are a great team to be a part of. We raid people every Saturday, streamers that haven't become affiliate, 100, 200 people max raid. I mean, it's great. But what I was saying was, okay, the games that are coming out, a lot of people have been saying, why would you buy Xbox Series X when you can play everything on PC? Okay, and I understand, Xbox has got it on mobile, PC, and Xbox Series X, but for one, there's a lot of games coming on Xbox Series X that you won't be able to play on mobile. You won't get 120 frames per second on mobile.
Oh yeah, no.
You're not gonna get 90 frames a second through your PC. A lot of
mobile
people
is based down to a lot of these smaller time games,
Right,
like little
smaller
indie games and shit.
All right, but it is still a great advantage
You're
because
right.
a lot of people that don't have Xbox can buy the Game Pass and play through mobile. Okay, and a lot. My main point is people that think that the reason why you shouldn't buy Xbox is because you can build a PC. If you've never built a PC before and you don't have one, you're looking for something to play in the future, please just buy the Series X. All right. A PC never ends. Okay. It's like a boat. Aaron make fun of me all the time because I hardly use my PC and I invest hundreds of dollars every month to upgrade my PC to the point where I could play something. If you buy a $400 Xbox, you can play everything. You don't have to worry about
That's
upgrades.
been my big push on console is you're getting something that pushes top graphics. It does
Right.
what it does.
A lot of people talk shit and say, "Well, I can build a PC for that." Yeah, you can build a PC for $500, but it is not gonna play like an Xbox Series X. Okay, listen, I have thousands of dollars in my PC. All right, and I love my PC. Okay, but it does not play games as smooth as my Series X. Let me tell you, this is a guy who literally run 1080 Ti SLI for a minute, bought a 2080 Ti and sent it back, waiting for the 3070. Okay, I upgraded to a 9700K on my CPU, and all this time, if I would have just had a Series X for $500, I could have played all of that.
Yes, but okay, guys, this is where I need your help a little bit. We gotta talk this guy into buying World of Warcraft, then maybe we can get him to use his computer for
Right,
something.
because honestly,
Anything.
I use my PC for streaming. Don't get me wrong. I play a couple games through PC, but honestly, the Xbox is so overpowered that I mean, listen, I can play on my One X right now, and it looks better than my PC. And I have an amazing PC. Don't play with me. Like if you want to judge me, comment. I'll tell you what I got. If you think your PC is better than mine, and I'm foolish for thinking the Xbox Series X will play better than my PC, let me know. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. What do I need to download? What drivers am I missing? Because I have a 1080 Ti on a 9700K on an Asus Z490E motherboard, and my Xbox still plays games smoother than my PC.
For sure. All right, I'm gonna go back to share screen with us guys, and we're gonna pop back over to that. No, you're good. You're good. This is what we're looking for here.
The Series X upgrade comes
started with
free
Marvel's
if players
Adventure,
already had it on their
was a little
Xbox
bit
One.
of a
Which is
slow
shit.
start
November.
because
hey, R.I.P.
oh my
Black
gosh, guys, I'm
Panther.
sorry about these ads here.
Yeah, don't worry about them ads. But R.I.P. Black Panther, man.
Also coming to the
Chadwick was
Series
man.
X's
Yeah,
launch
Chadwick
lineup is their
Boseman,
spin-off
RIP.
Tactics
Gears
version of their
Tactics here.
famed Gears franchise.
Ooh,
Much like
new
the original
Gears
series,
game.
it's a
I'm
fast-paced
just
shooter,
not okay.
but with
It
added
looks
turn-based
cool.
mechanics.
Like
It's coming
the
out
premise
this
of
10th
it
of
being
November.
like the tactics and you having to do the strategy,
Dirt
that's
5.
cool, but I'm okay.
Codemasters'
I'm
breathtaking
good.
racing
I'll
title
pass.
joins the launch day
Look
for
at
the
it.
Series X
This
and
shit
it
looks-
supports
This
Microsoft's
I don't
Smart
like
This
the
is a
Delivery.
game.
Five aims to
This is
offer
a
a
game
more
we're
relaxed
talking
arcade
about
racing
buying
environment
on the
compared
first
to their
day.
previous sim racers.
I'm probably
With the
like,
Series
well, I've
X's
sort of
powerful
made up
SSD,
my mind.
racing
I'm
around
not gonna
120
buy
frames
this
per
first
second
day.
with a
I'm
massive
push
4K
this
display
back a
is
little
a
bit.
stunning sight to behold. Coming
A
this
month or
10th of
two,
November.
maybe try to catch it on sale.
Watch Dogs Legion.
I'm not really
Ubisoft's
thinking
dystopian
about
open
playing
world
this
game
unless
is
maybe I
far
get
from the
I'm
into
historical
not.
adventures
one
of their
day.
Assassin's Creed franchise.
Maybe.
Hey,
Legion
listen,
is a
if
whole
it's
new
on the
chapter in Watch Dogs
Xbox Game
universe
Pass,
set in
I might check
totalitarian
it out.
London.
Okay.
More
I can agree
gadgets
with that.
means
If
more
Legions
fun,
comes
and this
out on
Hacker's
Game
Playground
Pass,
is
I
coming
will
to the
download
Series
it with
X
you and
as
we'll
a
check
launch
it out.
title this November 10.
But I'm not paying $60 for it.
FIFA 21.
Now, this is a
Branded as the
game we've
smartest
both
FIFA game to
talked
date,
about
FIFA
playing
21
together.
can let players create more scoring
I love
opportunities
FIFA.
with its enhanced
Look at
football
this.
mechanics.
It
Well,
looks
Like its
great,
previous
real
entries,
game,
a major
but, you
upgrade in
know.
its My Career mode
but I'm
offers
not
players more
buying that
freedom
on
to
first
create
day.
additional moments in matches,
No.
transfers, and
FIFA's
training
one
as
of the
they lead
ones
their
you'll
team to the
wait
top.
and it'll be for
Players
free
who
on the
purchase
EA
FIFA
Play here
21
in
on
no
their
time.
Xbox One will get a free
Right, the
upgrade as it
NBA
comes
Game
out
Pass,
this
it'll be
10th of
on there.
November. NBA 2K21.
Not
It's
buying
already
that
out
on
on the
Disney.
current gen consoles,
Not
and the
buying
review
that
scores
either.
aren't pretty good.
Well,
However,
I
hardcore
may.
fans of the 2K
Maybe
series
if
might
me and
find
my
this
buddy
latest
want to get
entry worth
into
buying with its
basketball
new
again,
career
Right,
we
you
mode
got
guys
and
some.
play a
added
lot of
mechanics.
Well, we got
It's
sports
coming out to the
together.
Series X this November
we're in a
10.
tournament.
But fans are
I'll
outraged by
right
its
now, and
absence of
then
a
we're
free
gonna move
upgrade
on
and
to
increase
NHL,
in
and then we're
pricing.
gonna move on to FIFA. So It'll probably be
Assassin's
that
Creed Valhalla.
2K.
The Realm of Odin welcomes
Now,
players
here's a
to the
game I
brand new
was
Assassin's
thinking
Creed
of getting
title.
on the first
Set during
day.
the Viking era,
Honestly.
pillage and raid European lands with a band of loyal warriors.
Good.
Like the previous entries to the series, this will showcase a massive open world with so many things to do. Imagine the scale and the visuals of medieval Europe when it comes out to the
Look how
Series
good it
X
looks.
this
People are
November 10.
talking about it.
WRC9.
Ooh,
Celebrating its successful
WRC9.
launch for the current gen,
Okay,
which
I'm
came
not a
out
big
this month,
WRC
this
guy.
latest
I
entry to
played
the
it
World
before,
Rally
it's
Championship
not-
steers
I'm a
into the
dirt
next
guy.
generation
If you're-
territory.
Like if
WRC9 will bring players around the beautiful sceneries of Japan, Kenya, and New Zealand, all in
tell me
glorious
why.
high
Tell me what
definition.
you love better.
Coming out
In
10th
my
of
opinion,
November.
me, I'm a dirt guy.
I'm a dirt guy.
Fortnite. The Victory
Oh, shit.
Royales continue to the next generation
really don't-
consoles. in this
Unfortunately,
enhanced
I will
Fortnite
probably
experience.
play this.
It's still the same
because
Battle Royale
I
game, to
won't
be
go
honest,
for
but
it.
players will see a considerable change of performance from their Xbox One to Series X's latest technologies. It's a day one
I
launch
want
title for the Series
Wolverine.
X this November 10.
They put Travis Scott in there,
The
didn't
Falconeer.
they? Here we go.
Soar to the
This is
skies in
what
this
you were
open world
talking
air
about.
combat game from
I
Tomas
was talking
Sala.
about this.
Instead of the usual
And
dogfights
the only
involving
reason I
metallic
think,
aerial
like,
monsters,
I-
the Falconeer
this
is all about
Game Pass. That's the only
warmongering
reason I've been
birds.
talking about
Players ride on
It's
top of
not
their chosen
something I would
avian
pay for,
artillery and
but
dominate the
I'm
skies.
interested if it's
This
on
is
Game
another
Pass
day one
because
title
of
coming out.
The
to
only
Series
thing
X
that kills
this November
Falconeers
10.
is Squadron.
Tetris Effect
You're right.
connected.
So
I will
Everybody knows
definitely.
Tetris, and for
I will
anyone obsessed
definitely
with
have
stacking these
Tetris.
polygonal
Right here.
personalities,
Yeah, I'm
you'll sure to
definitely buying
find more
this.
joy when it gets the
Guys,
ultimate
this is
upgrade
fun
for
to
the
say.
Series X. This is the Tetris
Super
everyone knows and
Control
loves, with
loves
co-op
Tetris.
and online
Honestly,
multiplayer
this is
support where players engage in
Competitive
competitive
Tetris
shape
is where
stacking.
it's at. Tetris
Coming this
99 on
10th
the
of
Switch
November.
was so fun to play and so
Yes,
addicting.
it was.
Forza Horizon 4. The
Woo!
latest from Turn 10 Studios' award-winning racing series is getting
I
the
already
next
have
generation
that,
treatment as
so-
well. Players will experience higher fidelity graphics that will push the Series X's hardware, including 4K support at 60 frames per second.
Boy,
Not
and I
only
got a
that,
4K
players who
monitor
already
just
own the game
waiting.
can get a free upgrade with Microsoft's
Oh,
Smart
I will be
Delivery.
downloading
Coming
this
this
at one
10th
point.
of
I still
November.
got the whole DLC of
Haven.
that island
The
to
Xbox
finish.
welcomes indie developers with open
Okay,
worlds.
haven't seen
Haven's
this.
The
one
game
that we
maker's
haven't
latest
touched
title
on
is a
yet,
co-op
guys.
RPG where a young pair of lovers
Yeah,
soar
but
into its
I won't be
vibrant
playing.
open
This is
world,
one of them
teeming with
indie
life and
stories that I
danger.
just wouldn't get
Players
into
will work together with a
personally.
friend or can play the game solo in this romantic space adventure. It
Romantic
is also
space.
coming out
Oh
to the
yeah, I'm good,
Xbox Game
guys. I
Pass
don't want to
this
sit there and
November
play
10,
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know about that.
I love you.
Madden NFL 21.
I-
The
I'm-
annual celebration of
I'm
America's
picking up
greatest
NFL
pastime
21,
continues with this
and
next
just
chapter
because
of
it
the
has
Madden
that
NFL
backyard
series
mode,
from
it looks
EA.
fun to play.
This is the first Madden game to come out on next generation consoles, and
I
with
don't play a lot of
Series X's
sports
Smart
games, so
Delivery
I'm gonna be a
system,
pass
players
on
can
this.
get a free upgrade if they have it on their
about
Xbox
waiting
One.
until 2K
Coming out
or
November
until
10,
Madden
2020.
22, just
Right.
because Madden 22 will
Control
be for the
Ultimate
Series X.
Edition.
Here we go. This
Gravity
is what I
Entertainment's
watched.
latest action shooter combines
thought
style
this
and
was gonna
substance
be
with a
okay.
massive dose of surrealism. This
And
Ultimate
I
Edition
doubted
is a
this in
definitive
the
control
beginning.
experience
I'm
with
changing my
DLC's
mind after
foundation
just
and
watching a little
AWE
bit of
packed
video
into
there.
one.
Like
Only
it
players
had
with
some
this
shooting
edition can get the
involved,
free upgrade to
including
their
the whole.
Series X. Coming this 10th of November.
I really think Control is.
See,
more
that was a
fun.
day one release right there. Oh gosh! Once again, guys, we are sorry. I am gonna mute this so we don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, listen.
I'm
Control. I honestly doubted in the very beginning, but the more Michael is on the screen, I honestly think it'll be good.
And thousands of dollars. So
Oh, got another.
Yeah, thanks there, honey. You can skip that ad though.
Yakuza Like a Dragon. The eighth
Yakuza,
main
I'm
entry
not
to the
gonna play
famed Yakuza
Yakuza.
series
I'm
said
not-
goodbye to the
I'm not
classic
down.
style of combat. Like a Dragon features a whole new set of characters, places, and
arcadey
most
for me. I'm
importantly,
not.
a
Right,
revamped
right.
combat using
guys.
turn-based
Not
mechanics.
this reminds
But
me
don't worry,
of,
it's still the same quirky
Safe Row.
Japanese fun
Do you
that we
remember
all
that
know
game
and
back
love.
in the day?
Coming this
It
13th
wasn't
of
Brute
November.
Force. There was something, and you
Immortals Phoenix
ran through the
Rising.
mall, beating the hell
Originally
out of each
called
other.
Gods and Monsters, Ubisoft's sudden
I
title
don't
change
recall
doesn't
it.
impact its
beating up
story and
crowds of
gameplay
people.
at
If
all.
anybody knows what
This
I'm
brand new
talking
open
about,
world
please
game
throw
puts
the
players
name at
into
me,
a
man, 'cause I can't
post-apocalyptic
remember.
ancient
I'm
Greece
not a
full of myths
fan of
and
this
legends.
right here.
Like Breath
I'm
of the
not.
Wild, player freedom
Yeah,
is
this
encouraged, and anyone seeking
not
different
gonna
play
play
styles
this.
will be
looks too
rewarded
cliche.
in its
Maybe
massive
it reminds
Greek
me of Legend
playground.
of Dragon.
Coming this December 3rd.
Exactly, Legends of Dragon.
Way
Puyo
crappier.
Puyo Tetris
Here we go.
2. It's one of
Tetris
those rare
2.
crossover
Puyo
IPs that
Puyo
honestly
Tetris
work
2.
well together. go on a story-driven campaign in a single-player adventure mode, or drop blocks and blobs with other players in a variety of multiplayer game modes. It's pretty much the same game, but this time with more emphasis to its story. It comes with a free upgrade for players who already have the game on their Xbox One. Coming this 8th of December.
Too much
Planet
shit going
Coaster.
on.
Yeah.
It came out in
This
2016,
is
but this
not
upgraded
one
Planet Coaster experience can let
It
players
is
see
VR.
just how massive their theme parks are. And now with even more detail, it can support higher resolutions.
Love it.
During launch sometime
Right,
in
but
holiday
this is
2020,
like
it
Zoo
will include all the
Tycoon.
expansions
I
for
like
the
to
price
build
of
the
one.
roller
That's a
coasters,
huge
don't get me
deal.
wrong, but not one I'm gonna
Observer
play if it's
System
not on.
Redux.
Haven't
Bloober
heard
Team's
of it.
cyberpunk /
I
psychological
haven't
horror
seen
game
this.
gets an enhanced version built for the next generation consoles.
So,
It not only improves the game visually, but it also adds new story content for the players to solve in sprawling futuristic environments with even more depth. It's also a great way to honor the late Rutger Hauer, who voiced the game's main character. Coming this last quarter of 2020.
I did see that. I did check
Outriders.
that out.
Square Enix's drop-in, drop-out online multiplayer game is far from the usual titles they
Like
published. The
Destiny.
science fiction third-person shooter takes players into a planet
it does
full
have
of
a Destiny
hostile
look to
creatures.
it for sure.
Players can customize their character from top to bottom and equip them with epic gears found throughout the game. It's not
Anthem.
different from the likes of
Anthem
Destiny and
and
Warframe, but
Destiny.
let's see how this game
Listen,
turns
and
out.
I wanted
Coming this
Anthem to
final
be so
quarter of
great, but
2020.
This is
it
a
was
mix
not.
between Anthem and Destiny. I don't know.
The Medium. This
I might
is
have to
probably
wait
the
to hear
closest
some
thing you
things.
could get for a Silent
I
Hill type
really
game.
like horror
The Medium
games.
is a psychological horror title dealing with the terrors of the unknown, and it utilizes Series X's hardware to showcase its multi-dimensional gameplay, where players shift from one world to the other
It looks
seamlessly.
a
Coming
lot better
sometime
on
this final
Series
quarter
X.
of 2020.
Do not get
Rainbow
me
Six
wrong.
Siege.
Here we
Also
go.
coming out to the
This
Series
is one
X's
my
launch
boys
title
play a
is
lot.
Ubisoft's tactical
Yeah,
first-person shooter.
Your boys play
Siege
this. I
is
haven't
considered as
played
one
it
of the most
much.
unique
Like,
shooters in
I
recent
know a
times
lot of
that
people love
offers an
this series.
unparalleled
and
level of
it's
environment
one of the
destruction
ones
in
I
action
don't want
game
to put.
yet.
I don't want
And
to
it's
start
set to
playing
release
because I
this
might
final
like it and I
quarter
don't
of
have the time for it
2020.
yet.
And
So
I didn't jump in the beginning. I
Crossfire
don't want to
X.
start it.
One of the PC's celebrated
Once
shooters
again,
makes their way to the Series X.
Crossfire.
This upgraded version of the
Crossfire. I
classic
didn't realize they were
Crossfire
bringing
injects
this to the
Remedy Entertainment's
console.
very own style with its
Played it
single
on
player
PC.
campaign. The
Yes.
multiplayer,
and it's
however, goes
killed
all
by-
out with more than enough modes to
I
play
don't know.
with friends,
I'm okay.
as long as you
I
have
did
the
not
Xbox
play
Live.
this, so I
Coming
don't know
sometime
for
this
sure.
2020.
And here we are for a Stadia commercial.
There's a bomb.
Please don't play Stadia.
Ori
Please
and the
don't.
Will of the Wisps.
I haven't
Beautiful
played
is such
any
an
of the Oris, but
understatement
I
when we're
have
talking
heard
about
they
a
are
Moon
great
Studio sequel to their
stories, and
vibrant
people have
platformer.
loved
Will
them.
of
I
the
haven't heard
Wisps
one
takes
bad
our
thing
favorite
about
forest
this game.
spirit into a new adventure, and not only that, it is optimized for the Series X. Running at a
This is a
steady
game that
120
they
frames
just
per
fixed
second
for
with a
Series
breathtaking
X.
4K support. Coming
Right.
sometime this
It
2020.
looks good. Don't get me wrong, but
Oddworld Soulstorm.
there we go.
Inhabitants of
Oddworld
Oddworld embark on
Soulstorm.
a brand new adventure where danger lurks in every corner,
In a long
and the
time
lives
since I
of your
played
fellow
Oddworld, guys.
Mudokons
Listen,
are at
I
stake.
have
This
Oddworld
latest
on the
sequel takes a
Xbox
bold leap of
original.
cinematic heights,
On
and new
disc,
mechanics
I'm
and challenges
waiting to
await
play
the
it
worthy warrior.
on the
Coming
back.
sometime this holiday 2020.
Looks
I
fun.
might play Oddworld. I might.
Overcooked, all you can eat. The ultimate
don't
cooking
play
bonanza is getting even more chaotic in its
I've
enhanced
played
version of both
Overcooked, and it's
Overcooked
fun.
titles.
It's fun and
It's
decent
rebuilt
for
with
a
a fancy
period
new
of time,
engine,
but
and it comes with
after
some
a while,
crazy
like
new
most
maps
of
set
these
to
little
test
games here,
friendships.
they get too
Coming
You
tedious.
gotta have
sometime
you
this
gotta have a nice
2020.
group to play Kitchen.
It gets too
Bridge
tedious.
Constructor, The
Oh,
Walking
here we
Dead.
go. Here we go.
Just
The
like the
Walking
Puyo
Dead.
Puyo Tetris, this unlikely combination of two varying IPs just felt right together. Mixing the intricacies of the physics-based bridge building of Constructor with The Walking Dead's terrifying zombie horde, it offers players an experimental
I am a
zombie killing
big
machine with
fan of The
unlimited
Walking Dead.
options. Coming this
I don't know
2020.
about
This
this
looks
game.
interesting.
But it looks interesting for sure. That was a great video of what's coming up.
I would like to jump over it, even though we're not getting PS5. I would like to jump over it and watch
A
this
new era
video
is
for
dawning in the
PS5
world
and
of
give our
gaming.
thoughts on it while
With the
we're at it.
PS5,
Alright,
Sony
let's
ushers
see
us
what-
into a
let's
generous
see
new
what's
generation
launching
of
for the
backwards
PS5.
compatibility
We
and
can't
jaw-dropping
hate. We can't
visuals.
just say, hey,
No,
One
fuck.
there's no
36
hate.
titles have been announced, but we
If there's
present
a-
you with
if-
28
If there's a
games
good
you can play
game,
on
trust
and
me,
around
I'm
the
gonna
A
let
year
you
or
know.
two down the line, I
Arranged by
can get my
release
hands on a
dates.
PS5 for a
For
decent
more
price.
upcoming
I'll
titles,
probably
visit our
grab it and
website
set
at
it as my
whattoplay.com.
secondary,
Link
just
in
so
the
I can
sure.
play
description box
If
below.
I
exclusives.
could trade for a
Be
PS5,
sure to like, share, and
I would
subscribe,
pop
and
one
don't forget to hit
Yeah,
that notification
I
bell.
would grab one just for exclusives.
I would
play
trade my
promote
Switch
later.
out if I had
PS5's
to.
True Blue launch title. After the success of Astrobot Rescue Mission, Astro is making his return with this upcoming 3D platform.
I don't know about
made
this game.
especially for
This
him,
is a little
and will be
arcade
loaded
game
onto
that,
each and every
once again, I
PS5.
wouldn't have the time.
With Astro's Playroom, we'll get a guided tour of the
I don't
console's
wanna
power
put time
and
into a game
innovation.
like this,
With
but
4
I would
worlds
rather
besides
play
the bonus.
Crash
If I
See
was
it on launch day this November
all the time
12th.
in the world, I would play this.
Demon Souls.
Demon
Following the end of the
This
Dark
game
Souls
actually looks
trilogy,
really
it's high
cool.
time for the OG
Yeah, I've
game to
seen
get the
some
remake
shit
it
on that.
deserves. Blue
I
Point
would play
Studios
a game
helms the
like this.
project, presenting us with a refreshed yet faithful version of the high fantasy world of Boletaria. Arguably
play
harder
it.
than Dark
Games like
Souls,
this
it won't
aren't
just
enough
test the
to make me
PS5's
say, "Oh, man,
capabilities
I
right on
regret
launch
not getting
day,
a
but your
PS5.
skills too.
Right, this is a great game. I think it looks good.
Destruction All Stars. A
I don't
nice
know about
contrast to
this.
the PS5 roster's expansive narrative.
This is gonna
This
catch a lot of
exclusive launch
kids'
title
attention. Don't get
gives
me
us
wrong.
a burst
This
of
is
short,
gonna
adrenaline-pumping
this will be a
competition
group of
in this
kids
battlefield
that
of
are gonna love
vehicular
this
action.
game.
Mayhem will be at an all-time high, and we're certain the
But I don't
metallic
have
collisions
kids.
will look
I'm not a
beautiful
kid,
on the
and
console's
you
high-grade
missed with
graphical
it.
It
fidelity.
looks like Rocket League with a little bit of Fortnite.
Devil May
Yeah,
Cry
Rocket League and
5
Fortnite
Special
makes-
Edition.
Woo! Here we
The
go.
latest
Devil
loss
May
for the
Cry.
PC
Devil
Master
May
Race.
Cry hasn't been good
Optimized
since
for the
2.
next generation,
Hate
the
me for it
Special
if you
Edition
want
will
to,
feature
but I
ray tracing
said what I
Right,
technology,
but if I was
120
gonna
FPS
play a
support,
game on
and brand new
PS5,
content
Devil
and
May
game
Cry
modes,
would
all
probably
on top
I
of a
would,
chance to play
even
as
if I
the
had
other
a
son
PS5, I
Sparta,
probably wouldn't
Virgil.
touch this game. If
As
you guys
great as
don't
that
think so?
sounds, we'll have to see
No,
if all
like
that
I
will be
said,
worth the additional
I
$40
haven't-
investment.
Devil May Cry has let me down since 2,
Like fantasy,
and I will
you're
not
gonna
give another
love
one a
this.
Tell me
chance.
this is Raid.
Join forces
Great
with your
Legends,
friend.
yeah, but
I have been thinking about playing Raid
Fortnite.
Legends.
I
No
actually
Game that
joke.
won't
have
hurt
it
your
on my
wallet after
phone.
your
I haven't
PS5
turned it on
purchase
yet,
is this
but it
version
is
of the massively
downloaded.
popular Battle Royale, letting you keep all your
Fortnite again,
progress
of
while
course,
giving the
blah,
game
blah.
a fresh new look
Fun,
on the Unreal
everything.
Engine
You
4.
can play it
It's a
on your
no-brainer for
fucking
veteran
TV,
players,
baby.
and it's coming out on launch day.
If there was a way for them to put it on
Marvel
your TV,
Spider-Man,
guys, they would put it
Miles
on your
Morales.
Here we go.
Arguably
This
the
is
roster
why
of
I
console's
want a
launch day
PS5.
titles,
This
we're
is
inching
one of
closer
the
and
games
closer
that, yeah,
to seeing Miles
I
Morales
want
in
to
action.
play,
And
when
if the
I
recent
do find a
gameplay demo is to
PS5
be
for the right
believed,
price, I
it's gonna
will
be
fucking get
glorious.
this game right
Who
away.
knows? This might be the
Right.
one thing that'll make the
Spider-Man is
holidays
the
feel like the
reason
I
holiday.
came across the PS4 for 3 months, and the only thing I
Sackboy,
did on
a
it
big
was play
adventure.
Spider-Man.
Another PlayStation icon is
I
making a
don't
return
really care
alongside
about
the PS5
Sackboy, but
debut.
Little Big
Famous for
Planet
his time
is
in the Little
fun
Big Planet,
if
Sackboy
you
is getting his own adventure in a
if
brand new
it's fun.
3D platforming world.
But I
An
would
upgrade
much
from his
rather play
2.5D
Spider-Man.
environments, there's gonna be a
Oh,
lot
sure.
of playing around with the new dimensions, and best of all, you can share it along with friends in co-op. Godfall. The feedback might not have been the best for this new hack and slash IP from Gearbox earlier this year,
Like
but
Devil
things
May
have
Cry.
definitely turned around since. Backed by more appropriate music, Godfall shows off its
Yeah, it's a
potential
hack and
with its stunning
slasher.
combat footage that explodes with power and color. A beautiful looter
I don't
slasher
really
that's coming
dig
out on
hack
the
and
PS5 on November 12th.
If it ain't God of War, I'm not into it.
Madden NFL 21. For their latest installment of their yearly
Why are
American
they
football
showing
celebration,
FIFA?
EA is feeling generous. Like
They
the
killed
Xbox,
it there,
current
huh?
owners of the game on the PS4
They
will also
fucked
get
that
free
up, didn't
upgrades
they?
and
Oh,
grand
trying to fix
surprises
it.
of
There
its
he goes.
PS5 version. With the luck
Oh,
they're
he's
having on the
back and
current
forth.
gen, though, that seems like
Why
the
did
least
they
could
do
do,
that?
coming out on launch day.
It must be he didn't watch his video.
Marvel's Avengers. Based on a franchise built on
Fuck
going big,
Marvel
it's going to be
Avengers,
amazing
I
to see the
played it.
iconic Avengers strut their stuff with all of the PS5's
Listen,
enhancements.
it had great,
With 4K
it had
resolution,
great
high-speed SSD,
story,
and near
but it was
non-existent
just
load times,
over-
the next-gen Avengers
It was like
experience
Assassin's
might just be
Creed,
like the
Same
movie.
shit over and
There's no
over
release
again.
date yet, but
Yep.
current PS4 owners will be treated to a free upgrade once it arrives. NBA 2K21.
This is,
There hasn't
I
been much
figured there would
change in
be
the
a little
series
bit of
for a while, but we're
rewash from the
hoping things
Xbox
look up in
games
the
because
next gen.
they're getting
While
some of
players will
both.
carry their
Right.
progress over
I
to the
really
PS5,
can't believe they
owners
did
of the base game on
FIFA
PS4
over
won't be
Madden.
entitled to a
Yeah,
free
that was a
upgrade.
bad mess up
Shell
on
out
his
at
video.
least
and, like,
$70
yeah,
or make the
that's
Black
why-
Mamba
that's
edition
one of the
purchase,
things I'm
and you'll
trying
get
to be
access to the
critical about is
sweat-dripping
my
action
editing,
when
because
it
I don't
comes
want
out
mistakes